Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba access number 062-512-868-626. If you have an E-Plex 2000 series lock in your doors between 2 1/8 and 2.5 inch thick, well, here's the parts you need. Let's take everything out. Let's take a look in terms of what's included. I don't believe this item shows up in a parts list, but I'm going to attempt to identify these parts. These are the spindles that are going to come out of this material. Now, part 6, this is going to be the spindle. Because there are different functions of this lock, you've got the potential for different spindles. So this thick door kit's going to cover those different variations where you're going to need different spindles. I believe this to be just your typical spindle, which is their, albeit a longer length, which could be their 062-510-261-. They have a finish on it, actually. I don't understand why they would. Then you've got another spindle that's going to be larger than an unusual shaped spindle where you've got some flattened ends on it with this captive washer. I'm not familiar with exactly where these different spindles show up in terms of the function, but this video at least shows you what you're getting. So if you're looking for a thick door kit, you already have the lock, so you'll know which one you'll be using or installing. Longer fasteners. Total of 3 Allen drive machine screws. These are part number 11, and these are called mounting screws. I believe this is a screw for the battery holder. I believe that's included as well. A couple of springs. This might be part number 9, which they're calling obviously a lever return spring. But I was about to say there were 2 of them. Lever return spring, and then this other spring, which doesn't show up where in the parts list that occurs. So I don't exactly know where that spring comes in, but it's in the bag. So these 2 springs, I didn't show it already. I believe this is the battery holder. And your 3 standoff posts. These don't occur in the documentation either, but this is going to be used, obviously, for those thicker doors. And there it is. Let's switch to the screen view and I'll show you what supporting documents that we do have for this material.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, here's the item that we are looking at. Not much to see here, but the part number and its description. I have images of the item here. Here's the label. Here's everything that's in the package. Mounting screws, spindles, standoff posts, at least what I call them, your 2 springs and your screw. It's pretty typical when you get a hardware package from Kaba, you won't use all the parts because it's a kitchen sink sort of approach. There you go. Now there is a link below this video as seen here, where you can pull up not only all of the Kaba access control products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to a current product catalog, which is generally here. But this manufacturer's page features a few dozen encyclopedic documents, parts manuals, prior versions of the catalog, anything encyclopedic that is related to Kaba access. This is the page where we're going to keep that information. Kaba Access Control Peaks Global Technical Manual. So Peaks is a keying system, a high security keying system. And because it's Kaba, this is the page that it's on. And the peak has everything to do with that feature of the bottom of the key blank there. What else is of note? Obviously a Kaba Peaks technical manual if we're still talking about Peaks. Gemini Plus cut sheet. Gemini is another high security keying system from Kaba, or now Dorma Kaba, and it's a dimple key is what Gemini is. These are showing profile cylinders, which probably aren't going to come into play in anything that you're going to be faced with in North America. Profile cylinders are used outside of the United States. Old versions of catalogs and whatnot, and price lists as well.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.